What is going on YouTube world? Trevor here with another video, and today I'm going to be comparing the Moto G 2026 and the Moto G 2025. Is it worth getting the new one? Let's find out. So first things first, how do you get your hands on one of these devices? And this depends on the route you want to go. If you decide to go the unlock route, Motorola is offering the Moto G of 2025 $175, while the Moto G of 2026 $199. Regular MSRP is $189 for both of these devices, and I am aware that if you're on a carrier, you are able to get these phones for a stupid discount. Maybe I shouldn't say stupid, a ridiculous discount. Sometimes you can get it for free. So if you're able to get that, go ahead and take advantage of it. But if you want to go the unlock route, $200, sometimes $175. It just all depends on who has that sale. So the next thing I want to discuss is the displays of each device. Now with the Moto G 2025, you're going to have a 6.7-inch HD display. That's 120 Hertz. It is IPS LCD. It's going to have 262 pixels per inch, protected by Corner and Gorilla Glass 3. And with the Moto G of 2026, it's going to be pretty much the same displays, IPS LCD, 720p, 6.7 inches, 262 for the PPI, Corner and Gorilla Glass 3, and it has a max brightness of 1000 nits. So currently I have a 4K video playing on both devices, and as you guys can see, there's not really much difference. Both of them offer a pretty decent viewing experience. Neither one of them has HDR. The max resolution that it's playing video back at is 1440 at 60 frames per second. And I can tell you, looking at it in person, it's a nice display. Can't really be too upset about it. It gets the job done. So if display is your concern, you won't be missing out on anything if you decide to choose either one of these devices. The next thing I want to discuss is the internal specifications for each one of these devices. Now with the Moto G of 2025 on the left here, it's going to have the MediaTek Dimensity 6300 paired up with 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. Now with the Moto G of 2025, similar setup, MediaTek Dimensity 6300, 4 gigs of RAM, 126 gigs or 128 gigs of internal storage. Excuse me, I'm leaving that in there. It's actually kind of funny. But between both phones, performance is actually better on the 26. Now don't get me wrong, it's the same chipset, but I can tell you right now, it just seems to be better optimized. Everything just functions better on the 26. That's one thing that I have to admit. And that's one thing that I gotta admit that I'm wrong on, because I kind of went hard on Motorola earlier this year when I made a video talking about processors being the same and all that good stuff. They actually made it a little bit better, and I gotta give them props for that. So sorry to Motorola, but if performance is your main thing, Moto G 2026 is the way to go. Now adding a little bit more to performance, as far as gaming, I tried Genshin Impact on both of these devices. It's, heavy gaming. And both of them ran the game at 30 frames per second, no problem. It's just, that's one of those games where you probably don't want to play it on this phone here because the overall experience won't be the best. If gaming is a priority for you, I would say neither one of these devices would be the best. Now, when it comes to software on both of these devices, Motorola has promised 2 years of OS updates for both of them. Now, with the Moto G Stylus of 2026, out of the box, it had an Android 16, so that means it should be theoretically on Android 18 when that comes out. And with the Moto G of 2025, out of the box, it had Android 15. It is currently running Android 16, and so that means in its lifespan, it has one more update left. If software is a priority for you, then I'll say you should look at Galaxy A series because they have longer software updates. You should look at the Pixel series as well, the budget one, the 9A to 10A. Now let's talk about cameras. Now with the Moto G of 2025, the main camera is going to be 50 megapixels. It's a wide camera. It's going to have a 2 megapixel macro lens. And as far as the selfie, it's going to be 16 megapixels. Now with the Moto G of 2026, same megapixels as far as the main camera, which is 50, 2 megapixel macro, but you have an update for the selfie camera. It's 32 megapixels this year. And one thing I can say is that yes, the selfie camera has definitely been upgraded. It's a better selfie camera. It's going to take better selfies. So that is definitely an upgrade. And the max resolution for recording in both the front and rear cameras for both phones is 1080p, 30 frames per second. If camera is a priority for you, I have to say that the 26 is the one because it's going to have an updated selfie camera. As you can see, design is pretty much similar. Power button and volume up and down keys on the right side. Now that power button doubles as a fingerprint scanner. so don't get that confused. And you can see that the screen, the chassis actually sits below the screen, which I think is an interesting design, but nonetheless, it works and it functions. Same on both phones. Microphone up top there. So as you can see on the other side, you got that SIM tray slot, micro SD card expansion, and also nano SIM. All right, so that's a plus there. And on the bottom, you can see very similar headphone jack, Type-C charging, loudspeaker. Now, both of these phones feature dual speakers. All right, so you get stereo audio, unlike some other phones in this price category that only gives you one speaker. But overall build, both of them are made of plastic and they both feel sturdy and have that leathery back finish. But I can say that it does feel a lot better on the 26. So maybe it's just personal preference, but yeah, it just feels like it feels like they upgraded this. It's kind of funny, but it does. So now the next thing is the battery. The battery. Both of these phones have a giant battery inside, and they get you all day battery, no issues there. But an upgrade is an upgrade nonetheless. The Moto G 2026 has a 5200 milliamp hour battery with the capabilities of 30-watt fast charge, while the Moto G of 2025 has a 5000 milliamp hour battery with the capabilities of 30-watt fast charge as well. So nonetheless, a bigger battery, and I can say 100%, the 26 lasts all day, no problems. You could potentially get 2 days out of this phone, but it depends on you as a user, but that battery life is exceptional. Kudos to Motorola, because I said it in my unboxing video, they just know how to make a phone. This is probably, I'm gonna call it now, this is probably the best budget phone of the year already, man. So neither one of these phones have IP68 resistance, it's just water repellent. So if that's something that's your concern, durability, then they are both the same when it comes to that. So with all that being said, is it worth it to go with the 26 over the 25? Or if you already have the 25, should you just go ahead and keep it? Now, when you look at it, you get a bigger battery. You also get an updated selfie camera. You also get a better texture feeling on the back of the phone. And you also get that extra year of software updates. So unfortunately for Motorola, they only give you 2 years. So if you only have 1 year left of this one and 2 years on this one because it already had January 16, then I'll say maybe it's worth the upgrade. But if not, I mean, honestly, man, worth it spending 200 bucks? Maybe. Like I said, maybe. But do I think you're missing anything? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Both of them are good phones. So if you could save money on getting either one of these, you'll be fine. So I'll say just leave it at that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace, y'all.